asking my first question to Ms. Nandi. What do you make of what we've seen today? Are you surprised?
I think all of us were shocked when we heard what we heard. And there was the way the things have unfolded through the day have also been actually fairly dramatic. In the morning, you had the news come out, then you had the announcement of the transfer, and then you had the fire chief saying that in fact there was no recovery, and then we hear in the press note from the court that the transfer had nothing to do with the alleged recovery. So we are in a position today that we don't know what happened. Was the money planted, or was there in fact a recovery from the judge's residence? So this is a very, very important point that we are at. And a robust and transparent investigation must happen. And I am by no means saying that it should not happen under the aegis of the Supreme Court or the Delhi High Court Chief Justice. It must. But measures of transparency may be taken, like involving two outside people or placing before, once the investigation is done, placing the report, making it public, or similar measures.
Now, Aman Lekhi, sir, you've been the former Additional Solicitor General. Part of the system, so to say.
No.
When cases like this come to fore, the faith of the public is shaken, sir. What would you tell the viewers who are watching this broadcast? How should they see this case?
Well, corruption and culpability are both self-evident in what we have seen. It is also quite clear that there's utter disgrace, dishonor, and ignominy for the legal system. What is of extreme importance here is that the power of a judiciary lies in the confidence of the people in its efficacy. And where the conduct of a judge who's supposed to be beyond reproach seems to be in some way debased, then this belief in the justice system collapses. When the belief in the justice system collapses, it doesn't augur well for the polity. Because in that event, there is no one to rein in the executive, or for that matter, to control the legislature. And that will shake the foundation of the whole legal system. The way in which we have devised our procedure is on the assumption that judges will not behave like this. That's the reason why we have a very cumbersome procedure for impeachment, and we do not have any ordinary method of dealing with offenses not grave enough for impeachment, because it is assumed that the moral fiber of the judge would be the biggest restraint. Now, when the moral fiber seems to be collapsing and the restraint which is supposed to be presumed is non-existent, then the system which exists is inadequate to deal with it, because impeachment is in some way cumbersome, the in-house procedure is opaque, and the reluctance to involve the police is self-evident. You said very clearly at the beginning, why should there be double standards for a judge? And not just for a judge, why should there be double standards for anyone in authority, from the Prime Minister downwards? No double standards. We are a polity which governs the rule of law, and everyone is under the rule of law. And I personally feel, as you correctly pointed out, this is a 3 or 4 day incident. We need to know why. Why? Because it should have been immediately informed to the Delhi Chief Justice, should have been known to the Chief Justice of India. What happened in the interregnum? Why is it that we have to wait a report in the newspaper for sudden action to come in? And suddenly we have this particular enigmatic report from the Supreme Court saying we are transferring not because of this. We don't know what was the reason for that particular transfer. And it was just fortuitous that happened at the same time. So there are more questions than there are answers. And it doesn't in any way present the system in a good light.